Japan's culture and lifestyle have always intrigued us. So, did you know that Japan is governed by a parliamentary constitutional monarchy? Furthermore, the only person in the world with the title of emperor is the Emperor of Japan. This dynasty has been continued by the same family for 2,500 years and is considered the oldest dynasty in the world. The current emperor, Naruhito, ascended to the throne in 2019 after his father Akihito abdicated. According to legend, this dynasty is believed to be descended from the sun goddess, and its family history dates back to the 600s BC. As a result of Japan's defeat in World War II and the significant losses incurred from the 2 atomic bombs dropped on the country, the powers of the emperor were largely restricted by the constitution prepared in 1947. Over time, amendments to the constitution transformed the emperor into a symbolic figure. In fact, Japanese emperors have experienced a similar situation throughout history. At times, they were the sole rulers, and at other times, they existed as symbolic figures. This is rooted in the shogunate system in Japan's history. The shoguns were military commanders who inherited their positions from their fathers and were sometimes considered the true rulers of the country. In 1868, the shoguns were abolished by Emperor Meiji, laying the foundations of modern Japan. So, what are the powers of the emperor? Today, Japanese emperors do not have significant authority over the governance of the country. For instance, the cabinet selects the prime minister, and the emperor simply approves this choice. He does not have the right to veto it. Likewise, the emperor is responsible for approving and announcing the laws enacted. Beyond that, all actions and activities undertaken by the emperor are carried out in accordance with the advice and decisions of the cabinet. Although they hold a symbolic role, 80% of the public is pleased with the existence of the imperial family. This is because traditional ceremonies, festivals, and even award ceremonies are conducted by the emperor, making them a unifying element in Japan. Furthermore, the imperial family represents Japan's goodwill in visits to other countries. For example, Emperor Naruhito has visited abroad in recent years. These visits do not carry any official significance beyond creating a pleasant dialogue. Male members of the Japanese royal family must receive a very good education to become emperor. No one will make you emperor just because your father is the king. For instance, the current Emperor Naruhito studied history at Japan's most prestigious universities and then continued his education at the University of Oxford. He particularly conducts academic research on the efficient use of water resources worldwide. Every January, a ceremony called New Year Lectures is held, known in Japanese as Kogosho. The emperor, empress, and other members of the royal family attend this ceremony. Academics present the scientific developments of the year to the imperial family through a ceremonial presentation based on the expertise of the royal family members. This ceremony has been ongoing since 1949, and its main feature is that even if you are emperor, you must continue to be a student. The Japanese emperor participates in over 300 social events throughout the year. These events are held to recognize successful individuals in society and provide them with opportunities to stand out. By maintaining direct communication with the public, the emperor prevents being confined to palace life and disconnected from society. The social lives of royal family members are delineated by strict rules. Even simple activities like going to entertainment venues are banned for young princes and princesses. The education they receive is predetermined, and the emperor must set an example for society. Even the emperor cannot act arbitrarily. The plans for his day, the events he will attend, and even financial matters are determined by the government. Failing to adhere to these rules could result in the loss of their titles. For example, when Princess Mako, the emperor's niece, decided to get engaged to a young man she met during her university years, the Japanese public was completely outraged. A lynching campaign began against the couple everywhere, fueled by allegations that her fiancé, Komuro, had entered a relationship with the princess for money. The problem is that it is legally prohibited for royal family members to marry commoners. If Princess Mako marries her fiancé Kei Komuro, she will lose her royal status and titles. When Kei Komuro went to America to complete his law education, he could not meet with Princess Mako for 3 years. However, when he returned as a young lawyer, the couple tied the knot in a very simple ceremony in 2021, despite all the pressure. Now, Emperor's daughter Princess Mako is no longer a member of the royal family. How well she can adapt to the life of ordinary people remains to be seen. Royal family members, especially emperors, are considered sacred according to Shinto beliefs. In fact, Emperor Hirohito, who reigned from 1926 to 1989, was regarded as a living god. Despite losing World War II, he traveled around Japan without security to prove his love for the people, and the public treated him like a god. While many members of other royal families are often implicated in corruption, this is not the case for the Japanese imperial family. Despite having conducted extensive research about them, I found no evidence of illegal activities regarding the Japanese royal family and the public. The overall crime rate in the country is very low. This situation has led to a health issue known as Helva Buketi. The occurrence of negative events is so rare that people tend to overreact to very small issues, and incidents are exaggerated. If you find this normal, consider this example. When a gun is used in the country, it can even make the news. In other words, crime is so rare that one of the issues that draws the attention of the royal family and the government is the harsh reality that Japan is indeed a country of lonely people. Daily working hours can extend to 12 to 15 hours, sometimes even longer. The social order operates on a herd mentality, and small houses in big cities especially alienate the youth, leading to a high rate of suicides. Due to the country's overpopulation and the devaluation of individual social lives, approximately 20,000 suicide cases occur annually. This is a horrifying number. Aokigahara Forest, located at the foot of Mount Fuji, is one of the places chosen by the Japanese to commit suicide. Upon entering the forest, warnings like, "Do not light fires," "Do not litter," are visible, along with messages such as, "Please do not commit suicide. Think of your family and friends." Despite how polite the Japanese people are, one of the biggest issues in the country is the harassment incidents occurring on public transportation. Harassment incidents, especially during peak hours on subways, are quite significant and disturbing. It has become increasingly difficult to find a place to board a subway. 70% of the country consists of islands surrounded by mountains. Additionally, in Japan, which has a population of 129 million, subway attendants are needed to push passengers to close the doors. In such a crowd, let alone being harassed, you might not even realize you are pregnant. The country's small land area and dense population are forcing both homes and hotel rooms to shrink. Because homes are not large enough to accommodate extended families, people often die alone and isolated. This significantly contributes to the rise of unhappy generations. I can say clearly that a generation is emerging that is not particularly excited about their country. Considering that Japan is a populous country in the world, this fragile structure of the new generation could negatively impact the entire world, especially if the government and the royal family cannot find a swift solution. Today, we discussed thought-provoking topics about Japan. If you liked the video, please remember to like it and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video.